pas. Mon terrain, ma femme, Pellegrino. Les poulets d'en haut, je les ai grillés. Même si c'est la vie des consiquilles. Car entre les jambes, c'est ce qu'il y a. Elle dit pas qu'on est grillé.
Now it's time for the main part of the video, which is the podcast.
The main event.
Exactly. So, I want to take it way back.
Go on.
So, your beginnings. Yeah. As you said earlier, you said your family and friends have been a very huge part of your life. Massive. So, I want to know, did any of them inspire you to start YouTube and to go in the career that you...
See, you know what it is? With YouTube, wallahi, it was a random... You know what it is? I've always been 2011, 2012 times. I've been Snapchatting, talking smack on Snapchat, just reacting to things on Snapchat, lip syncing topless on Snapchat, just doing what I do now.
Normally,
10 years ago on Snapchat.
Yeah,
so bare people have always been like, yo, you start a YouTube channel, and I was always kind of against it. And then there was one friend of mine, she started a channel, and she just showed me how easy it was and how simple it was to do. And I was like, you know what, I might try this. So I was at uni one day. I went away from uni. My boy that lived with me, Denz, he had a camera. I was like, bro, can I use your camera real quick? Sure. Can I use your camera real quick? He goes, yeah. I put in a couple of books. I didn't have a tripod. I put the camera on a couple of books. The quality is horrible if you look at it. I put in a couple of books. I just recorded a little introduction, and it was a Snapchat compilation of me and my previous Snapchat. That's my first video. It's a Snapchat compilation, and me talking about what I want to do on YouTube and stuff like that. And then I put it together quick on thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on YouTube and see what happens. And it done all right. And then I started doing more and more videos. So wallahi billah, it started on a random Friday. I'll never forget this. Wallahi, I was at uni, and then I was chatting to my boy Denzel about it, and then he goes, I got a camera. I was like, you know what? Let me use that. Put in a couple of books, recorded. That's how it started, bro.
That's how everything starts.
Yeah. There was no long thinking process.
It was just a now.
Yeah, it was just like, you know what? Let me try it. See what happens. So it took me about an hour and a half to record, edit, post that video. An hour and a half on a Friday.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long was the video?
It's like 8 minutes.
Okay.
7-8 minutes, but half of that is compilations of old videos that I have on my Snapchat of me just talking smack.
That makes sense. So for everyone out there that wants to know how you start YouTube, get a couple of books, stack it up, get a camera, record.
Wallahi billah, bro.
Very, very simple. Because nowadays, the way, obviously, I'm a huge advocate on quality. Quality content. I'd rather upload 2 quality videos than 5 mediocre, standard stuff in it. So hearing you start that, and looking at how I started, it's like...
But I still record on my phone.
Is it?
Still.
To this day?
To this day.
You're lying.
Wallahi billah.
Your phone?
My phone. I bought a camera once and I sold it 3 weeks later because I thought it was pointless. I still record on my phone.
Even when you go vlogging?
It's 4K, bro.
Yeah, but even if you go vlogging?
I had a vlogging camera once. It kind of... I didn't like it. I prefer my phone,
So
bro.
wait.
Every vlog that you've seen, every single video you've ever seen, it's my phone. I still use my phone.
What?
I care about quality. I don't care. I'm trying to put content out there.
Yeah, of course, but...
Obviously now it's a bit different because I've got a studio and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it comes with a camera.
That's what I'm saying.
But
you can't use a phone for that, but...
I still... Are you mad?
When you're traveling, you don't want... Like, for me, when I do my travel vlogs, I'm like, I want to use my phone. I want to use that, for example...
Bro, I don't really use my phone on holiday, innit? Yo, bro, you man saying you're good? Wallahi billah, just like that. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Right.
Do you know what it is? There's no... I'll be honest in it, and like I don't know how people are going to take this, but wallahi, genuinely... I don't see the difference between recording on your iPhone, like unless you're putting it on a big TV and a big screen or whatever.
No, 100%.
If you're watching a
100%.
thing on your phone, recording on your phone and recording on the most expensive camera is the same.
Yeah,
there's no difference. It's hard, like to the naked eye, there's no difference.
That's true.
If it's
for me,
720, 1080p, 4K, it doesn't make a difference.
But for me, the way I look at it is, it's not so much about the quality of the camera, it's functionality. So I just want to have this record. Like, for example, anyone can call me and then my phone goes off and then I have to start.
Airplane mode's a thing, bro.
Nah, airplane
mode's a thing.
Really? During the video? I don't know.
Yeah, put your phone on a tripod, airplane mode, no one's calling you, no one's texting you, your phone's there, recording. That-
And then you have your laptop in case you need anything.
Yeah, bro.
I like that. Simple.
Do you know what it is? I don't really care that much. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe some people care, like maybe you or other people, they care about stuff, but I don't care what I put out there that much. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe now that changes in it because I'm doing something I actually care about. When I was doing all these little challenges and stuff and all these little vlogs and stuff, I was doing it for fun. I didn't care.
That's true.
Now I'm gonna put more effort in because
Now, okay, so that leads on to the question I had in mind was, now do you want to go somewhere with your YouTube?
Yes, I do. I've never really wanted to, but now I found something I really enjoy doing,
Which is the talk show.
and it's always something I've liked. In it, like if you follow me on Snapchat, you know, like I enjoy talking about my sports, talking about my music, talking about just things in general, innit? And I also like promoting people and what they do and whatnot. So just put all of that in one place, sit down with someone, have a conversation, and just see where it goes. That's always something I've wanted to do. I've never had the means and the I've never had the time or whatever. I don't have the time now. That's the excuse, you know what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense. So raw. So from the humble beginning that you had with the books, the camera,
That's still here, bro.
And to
The only
this
thing that's
day,
changed is we've got a tripod now instead of a book.
yeah,
Like, nothing's changed, bro.
literally. Now I want to fast forward to 2020. I want to ask you, how many videos did you upload in 2020? Off the top of your head.
About 4.
Now, do you think you could have done more?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely. I could. I mean, bro, for me, as I said, posting, recording, editing, and posting doesn't take that long for me.
You're a good editor.
Somewhat, yeah. Somewhat. So it doesn't take long for me. So I could, if I choose one day a month to record, I can easily post a video. But I just, you know, it was, I posted a video. I don't know if you've seen it. There was a point last year where I just fell out of love with this whole YouTube thing.
It was Independence Day.
No.
Which one?
The Independence Day I posted, but before that I posted a video. It was like me just sitting on my bed saying, like, I just fell out of love with the whole YouTube.
I remember that.
I just stopped enjoying it because it came to a point where YouTube money was coming a bit, and you start. You know what I'm trying to say? And
You question a lot of things.
No, you don't question it. But basically, you're making content to get views and likes now. You're not posting content that you enjoy. You're posting the trends and stuff like that. So I stopped. I just stopped liking it. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break from this because I don't enjoy it anymore.
So you're saying to me,
It became more of a job than a hobby.
but isn't that the reward though? If you want to play devil's advocate, you can look at that and say, you know what? For so many years, I've created content for my fans and stuff, and now it's gone to a point where YouTube are now monetary rewarding my.
Yeah, okay, but I'd rather get rewarded for something I enjoy doing, not just these silly challenges and stuff.
But did you not enjoy doing the challenges?
Not really. I was doing it because it was trending. I enjoy vlogging. I enjoy having conversations with people, stuff like that.
Okay.
But no one really likes that serious conversations. People
want to see fun stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
literally.
It's just how it is.
So I want to now take it back to your family and how close they are to you. I've seen you on all sorts of platforms, and you come across as a humble person, and that's all credits to your parents. MashaAllah. So I want to ask, when you started, maybe not take YouTube seriously, but post a lot more, what was their reaction? Because I know
my parents.
Yeah, your parents. Because a lot of Somali households, it's a thing where when their child is starting something like YouTube, TikTok, football, stuff like that, it's a thing where they look at it and say, it's not really a career, it's a hobby, so to say. So how did your parents react to you?
It was the same as everything else, really. Listen, as long as your studies are going well, you can do whatever you want. Jump off a bridge if you want. Just do well at uni. Just do well with your grades. You know what I'm trying to say? The only issue was I started my YouTube in my final year of university. So it was like when dissertations are due.
Yeah.
That's when I started YouTube, my final year before I went back for
That's
post-grad.
a techie start.
That's when I actually started, and then that's when it was a bit. That's why it was a bit of an issue. But really and truly, I wasn't really posting anything haram or anything like that. It was just silly little Somali videos and whatnot. So there was no reason for them to feel some type of way about it.
But then did they ever say to you, for example, when you was doing your dissertation, focus on that a lot more than Or
I mean, they did, but I'm not living with them at the time. I was living away at uni, so I could.
yeah, that's
So it's not.
You know what?
It's not like they can see me do whatever I'm doing.
Literally, yeah.
Like my dad would probably just get a notification on his phone saying new video uploaded, and that's it. What's he gonna say?
literally.
My dad's even been part of one of my videos. I pranked him one time.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was the prank?
I told him that I got his best friend's daughter pregnant.
How long ago is this? Because this must have been time ago.
This was 2017.
And you pranked. You see, the one thing my mum and dad said to me, they said to me, if you ever don't prank us.
It was a text prank. It was a text prank. So I was texting him. So yeah, it's mad.
But nah,
I made it very realistic as well. That's how you believed it.
Is it? Oh, you see, the stress that he must be going through at that time.
It was mad.
Nah, that's crazy.
Again, I only did that because I wasn't living at home. If I was living at home, there's no way I could have done that because I would have
You would have got
I
spun.
would have get by. Listen, my dad's a big nigga.
Exactly. Especially
beaten up, fam.
nah, the worst beatings is when it's like parents' evening. When you're in high school and you have parents' evening, yeah, and you sit down and you have the little talk on the way to the school, and you're like, you know what? I informed them that that teacher's onto me, that teacher's onto me, yeah. And then in the class, the lecture, and then when you get back,
You're getting slapped.
beatings. They were the worst. I can't lie, but you have to go through them, innit?
It is, man. It makes you what you are, fam.
Literally.
Them beatings made me built character, bro.
Okay, so then your child, your future child, inshallah, would you discipline them that way?
I would hope so, yeah. I would hope so.
But if let's say for argument's sake, your wife was against it.
Most girls nowadays are.
That's what I'm
Most
saying.
girls nowadays are disciplined, but I feel like there should be a boundary. Don't like again. These are conversations.
It's a thin line.
These are conversations you have beforehand as well. These are conversations you have to have beforehand.
Very, very true.
So-
Because put it this way, without the beatings that you had, would you be the same person that you're today?
Nah. I needed those beatings, bro. I was a troublesome child.
Exactly.
I needed every single slap I ever got. It was deserved.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Deserved it. Do you know when they say? Do you know when you're getting beaten up at a time, and then they say you appreciate when you're older. Now, yo, how am I gonna appreciate when you're old? But I appreciate it now.
Fam, there's certain link-ups. There are certain link-ups. So I think to myself, do I want to go ahead and face the consequences when I go home? Or is it just a safe thing? Don't get beat up, let me go yard.
Yeah.
It's a yard thing.
I deserved every single time I got slapped in my life, bro. There's not one time that I thought. There's one Ma'alin that used to violate me for no reason in it.
Nah, but the Ma'alid, nah. There was one. This literally gave me PTSD.
When they put the
thing behind you.
Yeah. Bro, all Somalis had the same upbringing. No, but there's one Ma'alin. All the other Ma'alins, I still respect them because I told you I used to be a troublesome child, so I deserved the beatings. But there's one G. He just slapped me for no reason, bro. I will never forget this guy, bro. He still just beat me for no reason.
Why?
I don't know. He just didn't like me.
So you was doing your ashad, you're sitting down doing your ashad.
No, he'll just blame me for things that I didn't do. Do you get it?
And
so
then
something would happen, and I'm the first person he looks at, and it's not me.
Scapegoat.
Yeah.
And then you got pissed, obviously.
Yeah.
And then he'll beat you.
I'm a talkative guy as well, and even while you're beating me, I'm still talking shit. I'm just.
Oh, you know what, fam? I can't lie. When I was younger, and I used to get beat the hell up sometimes because I used to do some dumb stuff. Yeah. When I get home, as I'm getting beat up, the cheeky person I am, I'll be like, is that it? Just
add
instigate,
salt.
yeah, add salt. And parents will look at that and be like, huh? You're still talking?
Still talking. Game over.
Okay.
It's game over.
But I want to go to America because you have passion.
I love it there, bro. I'm trying to move there, bro.
Why?
I love it there, man.
Why? Because
I've been going to America. Initially, my whole family lives there. All my mom's sisters, every single one of my mom's sisters lives in America. So
you have more family in America than the UK?
By far, mom's side and dad's side.
Okay.
So before my grandma passed away, like Ilahun Alisto, my mom's mom, she used to live there. So every single year, once or twice, we'd go to America. So
Confirmed.
from 2000, bro, I've been to America more than 20 times over the last 15 years. Like I go once or twice every single year. This is the first year I've not been to America in the last
COVID.
20 years. Exactly. You know what I'm trying to say? Even the year where I got into an accident, even that year I went like, as soon as I was able to walk and talk, I went on a flight. I went to Minnesota to see my family for about 2 or 3 weeks. Wallahi, like I love it there, bro. The weather, the people.
I could tell,
my,
man,
my family.
Because I'll be seeing you on the socials.
My closest friends, my closest family members, and my closest friends are from there. Because I've been like, yeah, man.
So when you're over there,
but I'd get up and leave right now, leave everyone behind.
Seriously?
Yeah, the only person here for me is my mom. That's it.
If your mom said to you, "We're moving to America,"
you think I'm asking twice? I'm not even saying bye to my friends. I'll text them on the plane. I'll be like, yeah, you're mad. You lost your,
no way.
lost your damn
Oh
mind.
my days, bro. Because
now, obviously, my friends are gonna see this, but yeah, shout out to you, lot. I got love for you, lot. But listen, I'm out.
Because you know what it is, yeah. Even when I messaged you, in my head I thought you was American.
Yeah.
Because all I see is NFL.
Yeah.
And you have huge love for the NFL.
Man.
You're the only. I feel like, wallah, I'm not joking when I say this. You're literally the only Somali, UK, forget London, UK person I know.
There's a few. I've met a few now.
You've met a few.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
Yeah.
But for me, just the general consensus here, NFL does not. It's not a thing for me. Even when I'm there, we're here, I have never seen a UK person talking about NFL. It's always about Premier League and the European League, Champions League, and you're like, bruh. And what's your team? Vikings? Where's that? Where they
Minnesota.
from? Minnesota Vikings.
I played in their stadium last year.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the clip. I saw. What was it? You were kicking a field goal.
Yeah, I kicked a field goal, but as in I played an actual flag football game there.
That's what it's called, flag football. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
Damn. So you're telling me? Okay, so your love for the NFL, where did that come from?
Obviously, I told you I've been going to America every single year, innit? And one of my older cousins, he's massive. He's a massive American football guy, and he used to play college football, Division 1. He was really high level. So obviously, he's the one that kind of taught me and got me into it. So slowly, I went to a couple of games. When I was over there, I'd go there in September, which is normally the season opener time. So I went to a couple of games. And then I started going into it more and more. And then I'm just seeing this really exciting sport. So I started to learn about it more. And as soon as I got to understand it, when I got to understand the sport, that's when I fell in love.
It's a thing where you know the sport black and white.
I know the sport black and white now. Like my ultimate goal is to talk about American football professionally. That's the goal of mine.
Damn, inshallah that happens.
Yeah, that's like if you ask any of my friends what's his goal, it's for me to talk about NFL. And be like an NFL analyst.
Do you rate? So for you, don't you think it's much easier for you to do that in America rather than you living here?
Definitely. That's what I'm trying to move over there.
That's yeah.
But I don't like this country.
And then your friends are gonna get text message.
Yeah.
Yo guys, I'm gone.
Nah, they probably won't even get a text when I'm gone. They'll probably get a
snap.
They'll have to check my story, bro. They'll just check my story, bro.
Nah, what?
Yeah.
Nah, because I can't lie. I was looking at it and I said to myself, NFL. I've been there for not as long as you have. I can't lie. I've been there for a year and a half, and I look at that stuff and I'm like, rah, like this whole sport, yeah, it's exciting because
there's never a dull moment in an NFL game, not one.
No, but that's why I'll stop you because there's a lot.
There's a lot of breaks.
Yeah, and for
They're
me,
needed. The breaks are needed.
Why?
It's needed.
How? Because
if you understand the sport of NFL, you know, first of all, the breaks are not as much as people make it out to be.
Okay.
There's not that many breaks, right? There's only 3 timeouts per team each half. Obviously, there's the injury timeout here and there when someone gets injured, which is normal. Even in football, even in football, when someone gets injured, there's obviously there's a few more breaks, a couple commercial breaks here and there, but it's not as mad as people make it out to be. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Because I can't lie. The thing that I don't understand
if you don't understand it, like obviously sometimes there's a break and then even that break's exciting because there's a situation. I don't know if you know American football.
I'm lost.
Okay, cool. So there'll be a situation and the situation will happen after the break. And I can't explain it.
Oh, so you're okay? No. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're talking about let's say a game show, for example.
Let me put it to your football terms, innit?
Okay, go on.
Say for example, your team gets a penalty, yeah, and there's a commercial.
I would hate that. I would hate that.
No, but obviously because football's such a boring sport, there's only
Whoa.
Let me finish. Because it's such a basic sport, it's either a goal or it's not. Like you either kick it in or the goalkeeper saves.
But that's the same in touchdown and not touchdown.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same because there's so many different outcomes. What player are they going to use? Are they going to run? Are they going to pass? Who are they going to give it to?
I can say the same about
You can't because if it's a penalty, there's only one outcome. The guy kicks it and he either scores or he doesn't. There's so many different outcomes.
Okay, pause. So many guys, so many footballers, fam, playing football, there's so many things that your manager will say to you in terms of the opposition, get into the box, so many plays they have to do.
Football's a very, very basic sport. There's the same concept.
No, it depends what level you're playing.
No, even the highest level of football. Bro, are you telling me, bro, how many Premier League games do you watch that are absolutely boring? Man United versus Chelsea, Man United versus Man City, boring games. You will never get a boring NFL game ever. Because there's so many different outcomes. To get 1 yard in the NFL is so hard.
But then there's so many outcomes, even the games that you said, the United 0-0 and the City 0-0, the Chelsea United and Man City United, there's so many outcomes that from that game, there were so many opportunities where it could have been. It's tactics, bro.
What tactics?
It is.
Defend and score, that's it.
But
it's a boring game.
In America,
it's such a passive pass. I'm not going to lie to you, innit? Football's a sport I grew up on, innit? And we're saying this because this is the sport that we love and whatnot, but wallahi billah, the game of football, forget the scenarios and teams that come back from 3-0 down or whatnot, the storylines and stuff in it. Just in between the lines, the game is not exciting, bro. It's a slow game. It's a slow game.
That, for me, I'm going to tell you this, yeah.
Storylines make football.
No. It really doesn't, because I saw a post that you did about the Somali tournament that happened, and you said even though it's not the most exciting sport in the world, the moments is what makes it exciting.
Yes.
Pause. When I saw that, I flipped chairs because I was fuming. Football, for me, it depends what teams and the manager playing style. So I'm gonna ask you this: in the NFL, are you telling me there's only one playing style? Of course not. So so obviously different teams. So for example, I don't know that many teams, but the Seahawks and the Chiefs, for example, the Seahawks are one type of team. They play one type of way, and the Chiefs play another type of way. That's their playing style. So for example, relating to normal football, United could be
one team defends and one team attacks.
But that's the same in American football, though.
Wallahi billah, it's not.
You have in American football, the defense and attack are not on the same pitch like football. So as me, I can attack and defend. But in American football, you have a set defensive team.
You can't really attack and defend because if you're a striker, you're rarely.
No. Everyone, get onto him in the comments because
you're rarely defending, bro.
The press starts from the front. The strikers initiate the press.
Talking about press and that.
It is. If your striker's not pressing, you think what happens there is going to be important.
Bro, football. What makes football exciting is.
I get what you're saying.
The team that means to you, like for example, when I watch Napoli, I'm on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm trying to say? It's whatever, innit? But like, I can never, bro. Do you know the last time I sat there and watched a regular Premier League game?
Nah.
Very rarely.
Nah.
Very rarely. Unless Chelsea's involved, because obviously that's my local team.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, what is your normal football team they support? Apart from Napoli, because for me, it's
what do you mean normal football team?
No.
Is Napoli not normal?
No. I'm gonna get onto what I mean by that in a minute, because you're from London. You're from the Premier League is your league, your country's league.
Somewhat.
Yeah? Don't say somewhat. Don't say somewhat. No,
not really. No,
because
no. You can't tell me what my league is.
No.
You can tell me what my league is.
No, because hear me out first. Let me land. So,
man said, let me land. Like this is Clubhouse. This is mad.
Nah, well, I can't lie. Well, that is happening. It is what it is, isn't it? You know, like Clubhouse is a mess in it, but it is what it is. But the way I look at it is, the Premier League, you're from the UK, you watch English football. Obviously, nowadays, we have broadcasting services where I can watch La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, whatever. But the games that I'm going to go to on a regular basis, I'm going to watch Die Hard, grew up on, is the Premier League. Because I'm from England.
Yeah.
I might, like you, for example, you're not from Napoli. I mean, you're not from Naples. Yeah, Napoli is not your local team. It's not the team of your country. It's a foreign team to you.
Not really.
Okay, but you're not from Naples, though, are you?
My dad's from Italy, though.
Is it?
He grew up in Italy.
That's what
I'm trying to say. You don't be assuming things.
Nah,
my dad grew up in Italy.
Okay,
so growing up, I was.
So he supported Napoli.
He didn't support Napoli. He supported Sampdoria. But I'm saying I was watching Italian football first. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's what I grew up on. Because he was supporting. I didn't have Sky Sports and all of that. I had Raya Uno, Raya Due. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like those are the. I wasn't watching Sky Sports News. I was watching Raya News. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that was the first football I was exposed to. So.
But when you grew up, though.
Obviously, growing up, I went to a lot of Chelsea games in it because alhamdulillah, like I was bare lucky in it because my dad used to get bare tickets to bare Chelsea games in it. So growing up, I just grew up essentially supporting Chelsea.
Would you pick Chelsea over Napoli?
No.
Napoli over Chelsea?
Yeah.
So if Napoli played Chelsea,
No, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time where it's 50-50. Like a couple of years ago, if you asked me this question, I wouldn't have been able to pick it. But now that I've got access to go to Naples as much as I want, and I've been to Naples.
Yeah, I've seen the vlogs.
I've been to Naples regularly.
Yeah.
It's not close. And I've been going to Stamford Bridge essentially my whole life.
But I'm not gonna lie to
Like
you.
the first game I ever went to, I was 7 years old. It was Napoli. I mean, it was Chelsea versus Arsenal. I was 7 years old.
But
So
everyone says-
I've been exposed to Chelsea.
But everyone says Stamford Bridge is the library, so the atmosphere is not really there. It's not really there.
I've been to a lot of stadiums. To be fair, Alhamdulillah, I've been to a lot of stadiums.
And Stamford Bridge atmosphere
It's
is
not that great. There's a few games that I've been to at Stamford Bridge, and it's the most electric I've ever seen in my life. There was that one game. We were down 3-1 to PSG, and it was that Denver Bar game. Jose Mourinho. That was one of the most exciting games of my life. Another really, really amazing game was actually Chelsea versus Napoli that I went to when Chelsea lost 3-1 in Naples, and they came back and the game went to extra time and finished 4-1. Ivanovic, Terry, Lampard, and Drogba scored. I remember. So that was one of the most exciting games I've ever been to in my life as well.
Because for me, the way I look at it is,
I've been to the new camp. I've been to
Alhamdulillah.
I've always like before the NFL became the love of my life. I actually used to like football. You know what I'm trying to say?
Because you know what's crazy to me, yeah?
Because I'm not gonna lie to wallahi, and the maddest thing is, yeah, anyone that you meet, absolutely anyone that you speak to that knows both sports, every single one of them will tell you American football is more exciting. But if you know both sports and you know the situations and whatnot,
I get that, but no. The thing for me is the reason why football is a romantic sport. For normal football is a romantic sport is there's, for example, in NFL, I don't know the system too well. I'm still learning, but there is a regular season. Then there's teams that make it to the playoffs, and then they battle amongst themselves, and then you have the Super Bowl at the end. So it's like a tournament style type thing. In Europe, that's not how it is. It's the leagues. So you have a league structure. So obviously, when you say football might be boring, you might turn on a game. Aston Villa, I don't know. Aston Villa are playing good. Like Brighton versus Burnley, for example, probably be a draw. But that game might not affect you now. But watch later on in the season, you're going to think like, 0-0. That was a good point, you know. Let's say Burnley got the point and they need that for survival. You know what? Looking at that game meant a lot. 1 point, survival, that meaning. I feel like football is...
You're pulling that strings here, bro.
Huh?
You're pulling that strings here. Well, all the Burnley and Brighton 0-0 to you.
No,
personally.
not me. No. I'm not saying me personally.
Yeah.
But people that support those teams, they'll look back at that game and be like, you know what? That game is where we got the point of survival, and I can look back at that game and say, you know.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Just yesterday, I tweeted the reason that the Vikings are not making the playoffs is because of that one game a few weeks ago where we lost in the last couple of minutes of the game. So it's the exact same situation.
But nah, I feel like you lot had the reason why the only reason
shorter, yeah.
The reason why I think American football seems more exciting is because of the structure of the leagues, which the playoffs.
It's essentially a league format as well.
No, it's not because
I'm saying so. It essentially is a league format because for 17 weeks you're playing in a league.
No,
and
but
the
then
top teams are qualified.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like the top four in the Champions League.
It's exactly how I do when I'm playing college back in the US. Yeah, you have your conference, and then once you win the conference or make it through the conference, you go to your playoffs and stuff, and then you make it nationals. But my point is, football, the structure is designed for it to be a longevity thing. So throughout the whole calendar, like not calendar.
Question.
Go on.
What's the most exciting tournament in football?
World Cup.
Exactly. Is that not a tournament?
Yeah. But you said most exciting tournament.
Okay, what's the most exciting part of when is football the most exciting?
Obviously, tournament football, 100%.
Exactly. So,
but
what point
there's a lot of league games that are lit.
Very rare.
Nah, come on. So, for example, United played Leeds not too long ago, 6-2.
Yeah.
I was off my seat. Crazy.
Very rare. As I said, I'm not saying there's not. I'm saying they're very, very rare games. Very rare games. Even yesterday, Chelsea versus Man City.
That was a great game, actually.
It wasn't that great of a game.
It was
Man
15
City,
minutes.
Man City played Chelsea off the park.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a great
Domination.
game. That was a great game to watch. Do you hear amongst your family and your friends and stuff like that, and the elderly, the older generation, that oh, kids these days, yeah, these days are doing this, this, and this, and yeah, me and oh, back in the day we used to do this, this, and this. Like, why do you think so much focus for them is on back in the day, and then when they look at now,
That's what they know, innit? That's how they were bought, and maybe they can't come to terms with the fact that things are just different. Maybe that's why there's so much emphasis on back home.
So, for example, job-wise, career-wise, did your family ever say to you at any point a specific career to follow?
Nah, not really. My dad was always very, very supportive of what I wanted to do, no matter what it was.
Mashallah.
So he, as long as I'm doing well for myself, he was okay, and I'm not doing anything haram. That's what it was.
Okay. And going back to the initial point was, I want to speak a little bit about Dagan real quick. And the reason why I want to speak about it is because I had a conversation with my mum, and my mum said to me that Dagan isn't being properly implemented in Western societies because of, let's say, the UK, the US, and you get me, and they don't really have an understanding of why certain things are the way they are. So my question to you is, does Dagan bring a person closer to to the deen, for example, or does it?
I think Dakhan and Deen are two completely different things, and
So you don't think none of them, like one helping the other, for example?
that's a difficult.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I've always been fascinated by whenever someone does something wrong, we've all heard this. Like, we've had a friend where they've done something and their mum saying, "Okay, let's go. You have to go back and spend time there, and then you come back." And for them, it's not even a bad thing in their eyes. It's just saying, like, you need to, like, not mind cleansing, but like you need to have Dagan and learn the deen and make sure those two are very strong. You get me? So I've always thought.
To be fair, the Somali Dakhan is quite in tune with the religion a lot as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, being respectable and all of these little small things, they're kind of in tune with the deen anyway. But obviously deen always comes first.
Yeah, deen's always
Deen's always gonna come first. But yeah, man, it's a tough one.
So do you think our generation, of Somalis, the youth and around our age, do you think we're closer to the Dagan or we're further away?
We're definitely further away. Definitely.
Why is that so?
I mean, how many of us speak very, very good Somali? Do you know what I'm trying to say? How many of us?
That's very true.
So you can't really have Dakhan without the language.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very true. But why do you think, in terms of it being further away, do you think it's a lack of opportunities for us to embrace her?
We're not there, innit? Like, you can't... Your parents can teach you whatever they want to teach you, but you're not there to live it. You're not there to experience it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So there's only so much your parents can do in your household.
Yeah, there's only so much they can teach you. There's only so much you can read. There's only so much you can watch. You're not involved in it. You're not with the people. You're not there. So there's only so far you can get.
I understand. So obviously, a lot of Somalis will be watching, and a lot of youth will be watching. From someone that has achieved so much,
I've not achieved anything.
you have, fam. Listen.
Making it seem like I'm a superstar.
Nah,
Stop
you
it,
listen.
wallah.
Nah, you listen.
moving mad, bro.
You're listen. You know what it is.
Wallah, you're moving mad.
The way everyone embraces you, the way you embrace Somalia,
People embrace me. I thought I was the most hated person on the internet, bro.
Well, yeah, me. I feel like everyone has their rainy days. I can't lie. Yeah, me and you, like, it is what it is. Yeah, but nah, wallahi, what made me realize a lot was when you're showing a lot of the Somali tournament on the TL, and I saw that, and I was like, wow, like, I'm looking at the feed, I'm looking at the quotes, and I'm looking at the replies, and it's like the support is immense. And you made it very clear that it's not the teams that won, it's Somali that won.
Yeah.
As a Somali man, how proud of you were you seeing how that whole day conspired?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really happy. Wallahi, Billah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've not been more proud to be Somali, seeing how that thing all went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It was just
wallahi, it was
like
mad.
the organization that went into it, the security that went into it, just like then all the fans are there, and then even though all the fans are from different regions, because it's a regional tournament.
Yeah, region, yeah.
Even though people are from different regions, like it's all just good vibes and it's all fun and games, and it was beautiful to see, man. I wish, like, it was just so beautiful to see. Like, I can't put it into words how amazing that was. It was just beautiful, man.
It's something that a long ambition of mine was always to, whenever I get older, inshallah, playing in football at a very serious level, I always wanted to give back, especially in my city, Hargeisa. Like, I think there's only one AstroTurf in the whole city, to my knowledge. Maybe if I'm wrong, correct me. But so I always said to myself, I want to set up something where football is so prevalent, because Somalis are ballers, bro. Like, there's so many ballers that I see that never make it or never have the network and the people to contact to make it at a very high level. And there's so much talent back home. Like, when I went back to Hargeisa a few years, I saw kids, techie. They were skillful and they wore literally sandals, and there was a couple guys that had football boots, but it was like separated, so the heel was off. So what they did was they'll put the sole on, they'll put the shoe on, and they'll wrap the shoelace around the thing.
Wow.
And then they put the sock over it, so in case like they shoot, it doesn't just flap off. And I said, this innovation, the love to play the sport. As a West, like, I'm from the West, innit? And I remember that was the first time I've been to Hargeisa. When I saw that, I smiled so hard. So I told my football club at the time, yo, don't, because I knew they have, like, every year there's new jerseys, innit? So I said to them, don't throw away the old jerseys, give them to me. And they're like, why? And I said, I want to set up a team back in Hargeisa. And I have my uncles that I keep in touch with, and they tell me how everything's going. But I say to them that, yo, there are ballers here, and if we can sort out the logistics, the legal work and everything, inshallah, maybe one person, I just want to change one person's life. And I want to ask you this question, as a person that loves American football, and you tell me of what you want to do with your career in terms of American football and being an analyst and stuff, do you ever think at one point take the sport to Somalia?
Nah.
Why?
Because Somalis won't take to American football.
But they'll take to normal football.
Yeah.
So would you adjust
Definitely. I mean, don't get it twisted, in it. As much as I prefer American football to football, I know the power of football, and I know the power that football has to bring people together. And that last year when Somalia played against Zimbabwe,
I remember that.
How it brought the whole world together. So I definitely want to set up something in Somalia, football related. If we're gonna talk about sort of that, I know how powerful football is in the world. Don't get it twisted, in it. Like, sport beef aside, you know what I'm trying to say? I know how powerful football is, and I know how much it brings people together. It's just beautiful to see, like, that experience when Somalia scored that goal. Nothing.
The Zimbabwe, remember?
Nothing in sports nothing will ever come close to that in my life. You know what I'm trying to say? Somalia scoring their first official goal in a World Cup qualifying game. Nothing will ever come close to the height of my happiness there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, setting up something football in Somalia would be beautiful. But I feel like the Somalia FA is doing a very good job about that now anyway.
They are.
So, yeah.
So, okay, I want to ask you, would you want to... I'm going to relate this to American football again, because I understand you said football obviously is a language sport, so a lot of different countries can play it, whereas American football is very American. It's like an American thing, basically. I want to ask you, wouldn't you want to start something so then you can potentially have the first Somali NFL player, for example, and then you know that you were part of the journey, if that makes sense?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Because
I can't lie, someone that's so... I see you, fam. The Vikings top every time they play on the team. I know when they play because I see your tweets, and I'm like, this guy, the love that he's got for this sport.
It means a lot to me, but I haven't thought that far ahead. Taking American football to Somalia.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that. That's impossible.
You might think the thing...
I don't think Somalia would take to the sport.
You say that, but we're athletic anyways.
No, we are athletic, but I don't think we're athletic, but we don't have the body types for it. We never have. We never will. I don't know. Let's stick to football.
Yeah,
Let's stick to football.
step by step.
And
Step by
basketball
step.
as well, actually. We're quite good at basketball.
Yeah, there's a few. I can't lie. There's a few. You get me in the cages. There'll be boys shooting hoops and
Yeah.
stuff. But nah, overall, like, I just find that how sports has really brought us together. And there's times where people doubt Somalis and say, "Oh, you'll never do this and you'll never do that." And football, for example, there's a lot of Somali pros that people really don't know. Like, people might think, "Oh, name me a Somali pro," and people might mention one or two names that are really out there. But in general, there are so many pros. Like, look at the MLS. So many boys in the MLS leagues. They're playing pro from college. You know, and see, when I'm in the US, yeah, and I play against a college team, and I see another Somali boy there, yeah, it's just like, yo, this is lit, fam.
My guy.
Yeah, my guy. I don't even, fam, I don't know you, but I know you, them ones. But nah, overall, inshallah, for the future, like, you can just hope in it and pray.
Inshallah, man.
Yeah, but I want you to wrap up this podcast with this one question, and I'm gonna ask you this, and I want you to give the answer straight to the lens, yeah, and I want you to say, what advice would you give to the Somali youth that want that? They have aspirations. You know, us Somalis, we aim big. So what advice do you have for them to achieve their goals?
So not that I'm anyone to be giving anyone any advice for anything, right?
Relax.
Nah, chill. But I'd just say, just do it. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, that sounds very, very cliche, but like, if you want to do something, there's no harm in just getting up and just trying it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't go well. All right, cool. You learn a lesson. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So just go for it, man. Whatever it is, write it down and speak it into existence. That's it. Just do what you want to do. And please ignore everyone. Like, especially the internet, man. There's people that are going to... There's people that are not even going to hate. People are just going to try and bring you down for no reason whatsoever. Just ignore it, because look around you. The people that love you and the people that are closest to you, they support you, and that's what that matters. You know what I'm trying to say? These people on Twitter and the internet, they don't matter. So, yeah, that's what I got to say.
Guys, that wraps up this podcast, this conversation. I can't lie, I haven't thought of a name yet, so I don't know. We'll get to that at one point in it. Yeah, shout out to my boy Prince Salad. Literally, thank you, bro, for coming down. I know most of the podcast was football and American football.
I'm so sorry I was late, by the way. Like that so sorry
guys,
I was late.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This was meant to be done earlier. Yeah,
I was an hour and 10 minutes late.
Celebrity status, man.
No,
Literally walked in.
Yeah. I swear to God. See, do you know what it is? Because obviously I film as well, innit? So I know how important it is to be on time for shoots and stuff. Wallahi, I read the time wrong. Wallahi, I genuinely, wallahi al-azim,
I sent him on a chat. I sent him the times.
It was supposed to start at 5 to 6:30. I thought it was 6 to 7:30. Wallahi, but it is what it is.
Listen,
Here now, innit?
celebrity status. You know, sometimes you have to let things slide.
No,
you know,
wallahi.
the MVP walks into the room. You're like, round of applause. You're here now.
Wallahi, that wasn't my intention. Wallahi,
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. But guys, that wraps up this podcast. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys have just, you know me. I know there's a lot of football in the middle, but it is what it is. We're two boys. We're passionate about sports, you know. And you got a bit heated, but it's alright, you know. Things happen. But go check out Prince Salad. He's got a talk show. When you uploading?
soon. Definitely, like, by the time this comes out.
Yeah. So, yeah, by the time this comes out, because can't lie, I'm going to edit this a long time. So, by the time this comes out, it would have been out. So, go check out Prince Salad. His links will be down below in the description. Go check him out. His socials will be, if you can show it to the camera. Do this, like, underneath.
Oh.
Down, fam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we
Don't
go.
show anywhere in this. I thought, let's
make it harder for me to edit, fam. This guy. Because, guys, we have a camera there, and you're using this camera there, so, yeah. But anyways, listen, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed it. My boy.
Appreciate you having me, man. I really enjoyed it.
No worries.
Obviously, if I knew the whole Ronaldo thing, I wouldn't even know to come in it.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. But take care, guys, and see ya.